David Pecker, the CEO of AMI, National Enquirer, that is the publication under the parent company of AMI, has resigned, but not from AMI. He's resigned from Postmedia boards. That is a Canadian media company. They have released a press release saying that David noted that it is important for him to focus his efforts on ensuring that his businesses are best positioned for continued growth. Now again, he has not, as far as we know at this moment, resigned from AMI, parent company of National Enquirer. But what we do know about him is that he has turned on Trump. Remember, he is a Trump supporter who had done these catch and kill contracts with individuals who had dirt on Trump. And so now he's cooperating with investigators in regard to potential illegal campaign contributions. Who knows what he's going to tell authorities, but what we do know is it's not looking good for him if he's willing to resign from this board.
Yeah, so you don't get it twisted. Catch and kill, not like Vladimir Putin, but you catch and kill a story. So they would pay a lot of money to someone who thought, hey, the National Enquirer is interested in a story about Donald Trump. I'm going to sell it to them and they're going to feature it. Wrong, not going to feature it. They're in cahoots with Donald Trump. That's why he has gotten immunity and given evidence against Donald Trump, it appears. And that's why he was in a world of trouble, because some of the stuff they were doing was potentially illegal and apparently definitely illegal. That's why he needed immunity, violating campaign finance laws, among other possible legal violations. And so it's not good enough to get him off the AMI position, because that company is apparently structured for lies, and that's kind of the whole point of the company. Have you ever checked out the National Enquirer? Have you ever seen any of their headlines?
No, I always thought they were credible and legit.
Yeah, but a lot of people do, because a huge percentage of this country and all other countries are apparently mental. We just didn't know it until the internet, when they formed a community of mental people, and so and then started watching InfoWars. Anyway, by the way, I just want to give discredit to Postmedia. Why? I mean, they're asking Pecker to step down. He has stepped down. So my question to them is, they own most of Canada's newspapers. Why did you have David Pecker on your board in the first place? A guy who runs National Enquirer, which is nothing but fiction and preposterous stories that have no connection to real news. It should be a deep, deep embarrassment to have that man on any news organization's board, let alone the political hatchet job that he's done apparently for years upon years on behalf of Donald Trump and others.
Well, I think that this is yet another example of how the media, whether it be in the United States or other countries like Canada, is not dominated or controlled by the left. Okay, so the people that you hear crying about the media being leftists are usually the people who know that the David Peckers of the world really do have more control than any progressive ever has. There's no such thing as liberal media, okay? There's definitely no such thing as progressive media, with the exception of this show.
Yeah, so if you say we're progressives, you're goddamn right we are, okay? And we don't hide that at all, we're home of progressives. Join us, tyt.com/join. But if you say that CNN, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, is run by liberals who care about what? Progressive policies? No, they are a public corporation. They care about maximizing profit, period, the end. All those multi-billion-dollar media corporations that are public in nature, by law, must only care about maximizing profit. That means tax cuts for themselves, for corporations, for the rich, etc., deregulation, allowing of mergers. These are all very, very conservative principles. And that's on a overall macro level before you go below the belt to the Peckers of the world.
Yeah.
And those guys just have a personal agenda and personally profit off of Republicans like Donald Trump. And to be fair, Pecker has been, pushing that right-wing stuff for a long, long time, in a million horrible, ridiculous articles against Hillary Clinton, but also did Donald Trump's bidding within the Republican primaries and attacked guys like Ted Cruz. He's the one that ran the articles about how Ted Cruz's dad might have killed JFK, and the most preposterous story the National Enquirer has ever run, that Ted Cruz had 5 mistresses.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Come on, after that, even National Enquirer readers had to be like, not credible.
Like this video? That's great, and you never have to miss another episode of TYT by hitting the subscribe button below. and ring the bell to get notified whenever we publish a new video.